magician, the lover in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that holds you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. Success is your destiny. Love, wisdom, power. Remember always who you are. Yes, I am.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghair maghdubi alayhim. Waladwalleen. Alhamdulillah. Dr. Sanada Kamara, co-founder of Temple Mother Earth, sending love, peace, and abundance prayer to everyone around the world.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Moorish Monday with Abdullah Tele Mosi Bey. Oh, I'm so excited, man. Welcome. Those who are joining us for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Let people know that we're on live and direct on Dr. Martin Luther King's Day. Share this to your social media platforms. Send that, that horn out. Blow that horn. Across the screen is my website, mooresandmasonry.org. Anyone interested in getting in my books, go to my site, mooresandmasonry.org. I have, y'all already know, Brother Israel. He's been rocking with me for 26, 27 months. Oh, yes. We have a newcomer. This is how we met. When Israel and I did we also do New York Perspective Talk Show every second and fourth Wednesday of the month, which we've been doing since April of last year. So the last one we did was, I believe, December 14th. And the following day, I usually don't check the comments. I'm just, so busy. But I happened to check the comments, and there was 5 comments, and SantiEl was one of them. And I was very intrigued by his background, in research. Was a PhD program. I said, I got to reach out to this brother. And so I did. And here we are. It's been actually a pleasure working with both of you brothers on this project that we're going to be presenting today. I trust that y'all will be illuminated. I'm very excited, brother. Brother SantiEl, you'll see a lot more of him. You'll see a lot more of him. He's here to stay. All right, this brother is highly intelligent. He's dedicated to uplifting our people, and it just makes us stronger working together. So I thank you, brother, for answering the bell, brother.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Yes. They say something. You know what?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Is he loud enough? Israel?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear him.
All right. Okay. Good. So before SantiEl, introduce yourself to the audience. Give them a little bit your background before we get in.
Okay. Well, my name is SantiEl Chambers Bay. I'm a Florida native from Port St. Joe, Florida. My background is in education. I attended Florida State University.
He sounds low though. Is it
Can you hear
me?
me?
I can hear you. Just
What
let
about
me
now?
see what the audience says. Is the volume good enough, y'all?
Is the volume good enough?
Nadine says she can hear you. All right, you good?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So my background, as I said, I studied at Florida State University in philosophy, minor in business, and then I went on to FAMU and studied history, got a master's program in applied social science with a concentration in history. And then from there, I went down to Florida International University, where I furthered my studies in
Hey, SantiEl is saying that you're low.
history.
Jeffrey
What's
just
that?
said. Jeffrey
Try
just
to-
text that you're low.
Try to go to your settings
Hello?
and turn the microphone all the way up. See if that works.
Yes.
Let me see.
As he's doing that,
Okay.
welcome everyone who's just joining us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Those who are new, let people know that we're on. We have a very thought-provoking lesson for you tonight. What about now? Did you do that? We ready?
What about now? Can you hear me now? Is it better now?
Should be.
That's better?
Yeah, it's louder. It should be.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Okay.
All right, go continue.
You got it?
Are you? Nah. You're good. Jeffrey said you're good. Go ahead, continue. You said you're good.
Okay. So yes, I have a background in philosophy, history, research from Florida State, FAMU, and Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University, as well as Florida International down in Miami.
All right, great. All right, so we're gonna delve right into the. I'm getting the feedback.
I see you echoing, brother Abdullah. And me as well. Yeah.
Why am I echoing? I'm up here twice. Brother Hank, why am I echoing?
I think I am too. Yep.
You hear you echo?
Yep. But not now.
All right.
All right, it's clear. Yep.
1, 2, 3. I'm good. I'm good. All right. So we're gonna jump right into the show. All right, you want to put the screen up, share the screen. So we have thought. Tell them to mute their mics when not talking. All right. All right. Yes. Thank you, Hank. So we got mute your mics when you. So I'll just everybody, y'all two mute your mics. So if you're not talking, you're gonna mute your mics. All right. So judged by skin color or a hidden truth, or the cover up of a hidden truth. Judged by skin color or a cover up of a hidden truth. So we're going to we're gonna dissect an excerpt of Dr. King's speech, his famous "I Have a Dream" speech, and we're gonna analyze it. All right. So we can bring the screen up and get started.
Brother SantiEl, do you want me to share the screen, or you got it?
Are you able to get it? Are you able to receive it, Israel?
Yeah, I have it.
All right, so if you can share it then, because Israel's used to doing it. So we get going.
Yep.
All right, to those who just joined us, welcome. Hit that like button and subscribe button. Also, across my screen is the screen on my website, mooresandmasonry.org. So we're gonna get started.
Yep.
All right. I see the screen up there.
It's supposed to be sharing the.
They once again judged by skin color or a hidden truth or a cover up of a hidden truth. And so while we're presenting, we ask you to type your questions or comments in, and then when we go to the comment section, ready to do some ask some questions, answer some of your questions, or read some of your comments, we can do that. So it's not coming up.
It's up. It's on here, but I don't know what's going on with when I'm sharing the screen. It's showing whatever screen I go to. It's showing the screen that we're on the stream, y'all.
Yeah, we on screen. No, I know. I see that live.
That's not what I'm sharing.
Right.
So I stop it. About to do it again. It's the third time.
Uh-huh.
Go to my windows. I'm not sharing the entire screen. I'm just sharing the windows. So
the windows, right.
Press share.
Can only use another.
Same thing is happening.
Can only use another YouTube channel for 15 to 30 seconds. I don't know what that means.
It's the same way I've been doing it. That's just nothing different.
This is. I don't understand. Brother Hank.
Islam. What that means, Brother Abdullah, is you can't just like watch somebody else's YouTube channel for more than 15 to 30 seconds without commentary.
I mean, like, but he's been, I mean, however, I'm still, this is a PowerPoint.
Oh, okay.
It's
the same thing I've always shared.
The same thing he's always done. You see that, Hank? He's trying to stop. Why is that coming up? All right, peace, everyone. Wow. Welcome to those who are just joining us to Moorish Monday with Abdullah Il Mosi Bey on Magnus Crystal's Pyramid YouTube and the Moroccan Post Media YouTube. We're working to get this share the screen. This is our whole presentation. Anything you could suggest, Hank? Why is that coming? I mean, share slides and. You didn't have luck on SantiEl doing it? Oh, wow. What do we do?
He got to control it from his side. Whoever got the screen up, he has to control it from his side. I can't do anything with that.
I don't know what this is doing, brother. It's never done this before.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's used.
Like the screen, it should.
Yeah, try it again.
Pull it. Hank, pull the screen up now that I'm sharing. See if there it is.
Oh, there it is. My man. Thank you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you. Yeah, we put time into this.
You got
all right.
Yep.
Yeah, this is it.
I see it now. Yeah, I see it now.
All right, good. Y'all, all right, so y'all take it out. You know, y'all started off.
All right. So this is Martin Luther King Jr. Day lecture honoring Moorish history, judged by legal status or judged by skin color. Martin Luther King's speech. I have a quote. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Special guest speakers, Yisrael Bey, Abdullah Bey, SantiEl Bay. So judged by legal status or judged by skin color, a juridical and philosophical examination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream. The foundational question. So this is, I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., 1963. This presentation examines whether this dream aligns with lawful and legal reality. So does this dream fit reality? It's the foundational question. Number 1, my 4 little children. So we're going to dissect Martin Luther King's quote. My 4 little children. This is the juridical meaning of posterity. Most importantly, this is for the children. Children represent legal continuity, heirs, successors, and beneficiaries of law. In law, children inherit status, civil, political, and national. Dr. King's concern is not sentimental alone, it is juridical and generational. Number 2, will one day live in a nation versus population of stateless individuals. A nation in law is a body politic recognized under the law of nations. Nationality precedes civil rights. Without nationality, rights are discretionary. Justice Daniel, 1857, relied on Vattel's Law of Nations, 1754, treated nationality as a determinative. Justice Daniel's decision, 1857, in the Dred Scott versus Sanford case, that the African Negro race never have acknowledged as belonging to the family of nations, that as amongst them, there never has been known or recognized by the inhabitants of other countries anything partaken of the character of nationality or civil or political polity, that this race has been by all nations of Europe regarded as subjects of capture or purpose. Context. This decision used the principles in the Law of Nation, 1758, Vattel, as a source for his decision. Does this statement provide a remedy for the African Negro race? Principles of grammar: Black, English grammar, Negro, Spanish grammar. Examples: yes, the word Negro is commonly used in Spanish to describe inanimate objects as the color black. Examples: el coche negro, the black car; la camisa negra, the black shirt; los zapatos negros, the black shoes; las bolsas negras, the black bags. In these examples, Negro, or its feminine and / or plural forms, negra, negros, negras, functions as an adjective to describe the color of the inanimate objects: car, shirt, shoes, bags. It's important to remember that in Spanish, adjectives must agree in gender and number with the noun they describe. Example sentences: el perro es negro, the dog is black. Hay muchas vacas, aquella es negra. There are lots of cows, that one over there is black. Tu perro es negro y el mío es blanco. Your dog is black and mine is white. Principles of etymology: learning the 9 parts of speech using etymology. The word noun is a noun, and it functions in grammar. The function in grammar is a name, a word that denotes a thing, material or immaterial. From pi root, nomen, name. For more clarity, a noun is a naming word. A chair is not a noun. saying a chair is a noun is incorrect. However, the word chair is a noun. Therefore, saying the word chair is a noun is correct. The word chair is used to identify, not to describe, an object which consists of 4 legs, a seat, and a back. The words below are nouns, common and proper. Left column, we have common nouns: car, nationality, country, store, dog. In the right column, we have proper nouns: Mercedes, Moore, Morocco, Walmart, Rottweiler. Principles of etymology. Learning the 9 parts of speech using etymology. The word adjective. The word adjective is a noun, and the function is a word used to qualify, limit, or define a noun or noun-like part of speech. True sense from ad, dash, meaning to and or near, plus pi root, Proto-Indo-European root, yea, dash, to throw, impel, equal to throw near. For more clarity, an adjective is a describing word. An adjective describes a person, place, or thing, and is distinguished from an identity. Hence, a description and an identity are not synonymous. One's nationality is not an adjective. The words below are adjectives: black, white, big, small, loud, quiet, aboriginal, foreign, foreign.
Yeah, that is, one nationality does not describe and identifies. So white identity, black identity. It violates the rules of grammar, of English grammar, Spanish grammar. White identity. This is white. I'm pointing to a car. I'm standing next to the car. So the demonstrative pronoun, this, points to, indicates that I'm near it. This is white. Because I'm standing next to the car. This is white. White doesn't identify that which I'm pointing. White describes an aspect of the car. This is black, pointing to the car. Black doesn't identify the car. Black describes an aspect of the car. We're just using grammar. That's all. Used in the framework of grammar. That's why it's a legal fiction. Just in the framework of grammar. Identity. I will continue.
Principles of etymology. The word verb. The word verb is a noun. Function, a word that asserts or declares that part of speech of which the office is predication. Predication, pardon me. So that part of speech of which the office is predication, in which either alone or with various modifiers or adjuncts combines with a subject to make a sentence. From pi root, that's Proto-Indo-European, PIE, where, dash, meaning to speak. Sanskrit, vrata, dash, meaning command or vow. For more clarity, a verb is an action word. A verb is not the action. A verb is a word used to identify or denote a specific motion, movement, or action. The words below are verbs. The words below are verbs: paint, color, unite, protect. Those are all action words, words that describe or that identify actions. Black, the word black in the adjective sense. Using Etymon line, dictionary, origin and history of black. Black, adjective. Old English, Blake, absolutely dark, absorbing all light, of the color of soot or cold, reconstructed to be from Proto-Germanic, reconstructed to be from Proto-Germanic, blackas, burned, source also of Old Norse, blacker, dark, Old High German, blah, black, Swedish, black, ink, Dutch, blaken, to burn, from pie, blag, to burn, gleam, shine, flash, source also of Greek, fledging, to burn, scorch, Latin, flagrare, to blaze, glow, burn, from root, bel, bhel dash, meaning to shine, flash, burn. The usual Old English word for black was swart, see swart.
We laying the foundation, my brothers and sisters. Laying the foundation.
Indeed.
Using grammar as a foundation.
Yep. Staying in bounds of law, language, laws for the language. So the word black isn't in the adjective sense. Continued. The same root produced Middle English blake, pale, from Old English black, bright, shining, glittering, pale. The connecting notions being perhaps fire, bright, and burned, dark, or perhaps absence of color. According to OED, Oxford English Dictionary, in Middle English, it is often doubtful whether black, blake means black, dark, or pale, colorless, wan, livid, and the surname Blake can mean either one of pale complexion or one of dark complexion. Continuation of the word black in the adjective sense. Bel, bhel dash. This is Proto-Indo-European, meaning to shine, flash, burn. Then we have beleg, bhleg dash. This is also Proto-Indo-European, meaning to burn, gleam, shine, flash. And then we have blakaz, blakaz. This is Proto-Germanic. Burned means burn. Blake, blaec. Old English, absolutely dark, absorbing all light, the color of soot or coal. Black, adjective. Now we're going to examine the word black in the verb sense. Black, verb, century, 1200, intransitive, become black, early 14th century, transitive, make black, darken, put a black color on, from black, adjective, especially clean and polished boots, especially clean and polished, boots, shoes, etc., by blacking and brushing them. 1550s, related, blacked, blacking. So this is showing us that the verb sense of the word black comes from the adjective sense of the word black. The word black in the noun sense, Old English blake, the color black, also ink, from noun use of black, adjective. It is attested from late 14th century as dark spot in the pupil of the eye. The meaning dark-skinned person, African, is from 1620s, perhaps late 13th century, and blackamoor is from 1540s. The meaning black clothing, especially when worn in mourning, is from century 1400.
That's using the adjective black clothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Since
clothing would be the noun. Yeah, black describing the clothing. The word negro, 1550s, member of a black-skinned race of Africa, from Spanish or Portuguese. Negro, black, from Latin, negrum. Nominative, Niger. Black, dark, sable, dusky. Applied to the night sky, a storm, the complexion. Figuratively, gloomy, unlucky, bad, wicked. According to Devan, a word of unknown etymology. According to Watkins, perhaps from Pi root, Proto-Indo-European, nequit, meaning night. The Latin word also was applied to the black peoples of Africa, but the usual terms were Aethiops and Afer.
Now let's look at this. Now you see this. Now you see this distortion here, this fiction. It's fiction. And how because they took the grammar, because they're applying it to a people, as this is an identity of a people. Negro is an adjective, and it describes inanimate objects. And they'll say the Latin word also was applied to black peoples of Africa. So we showed you earlier that black in modern English is an adjective. All right, so let's do was it Sesame Street or Electric Company? If we're gonna play Sesame Street or Electric Company, I can't remember which one. One of these, which one doesn't belong? One of these words don't belong. One of these words don't belong. All right, here we go. One of these words don't belong. Chinese people, French people, Irish people, Mexican people, Russian people, Polish people, black people, Russian people, Bokanabe people, Portuguese people, white people. All right, two of these words, two of them don't belong. Two of them do not belong. All right, which of the two don't belong? Which of the two don't belong?
Black, white.
So we had exactly.
It's an adjective, not a noun.
So you see Chinese people, tying them to what? Chinese sovereignty, Chinese country, nation, state. French people, tying them to the identifying them as belonging to what? France. German people, identifying that they belong to the people of Germany. So we can use the purpose. We can use a preposition. So at German people, all right, the people of Germany. Russian people, the people of Russia. French people, the people of France. Black people, the people of black. Black people, the people of black. Black people, the people of black. Mexican people, the people of Mexico. Italian people, the people of Italy. White people, the people of white. White people, the people of white. White people, the people of white. And I did that 3 times just so it can resonate. Yep. They're both of them 3 times so it can resonate. See? It's a fiction. It's a legal fiction. And we'll explain later how it became a legal fiction, from a social construct to a legal fiction. And we can continue. I just wanted to nail that because, we had to, really, particularly for unconscious people, you got to, really hit it.
Yep.
We got to go electric company and get on Sesame Street.
So,
You want? I said there. You want to read?
Yeah, I can take over.
All right.
okay.
Go to the next slide. Meaning African American vernacular, the English language as spoken by U.S. blacks is from 1704. French, negre, is a 16th century borrowing from the Spanish negro. Old English words were Moor and blackamoor. A Middle English word for Ethiopian, perhaps also a negro, generally was blue man. Go to the next slide. The origin and his history of blackamoor. Blackamoor, a noun, a dark-skinned person, black skin, African. 1540, from black, which is an adjective, plus more, as you can see, capital M-O-O-R, more, which is a noun, connecting element, blackamoor.
An adjective, adjective was connected to the proper noun more, thereby creating a compound word. And the way they're showing you here that it was clearly a compound word.
Right.
You can continue.
Moor, North African Berber, one of the race dwelling in Barbary, late 14th century, from Old French, more, from medieval Latin, moros, from Latin, moros, inhabitant of Mauritania, the Roman Northwest Africa, a region now corresponding with northern Algeria and Morocco. From Greek, moros, perhaps a native name or else cognate with moros, black, quote, black, but this adjective appeared in the late Greek and may as well be from the people's name. Also applied to the Arabic conquerors of Spain, being a dark people in relation to the Europeans. Their name in the Middle Ages was a synonym for negro. Later, the 16th and 17th century being the name of the Near East Muslim to Western Europe. It was used indiscriminately of Muslim, Persians, Arabs, etc., but especially those in India. Cognate with Dutch Moor, German Moor, Danish Moor, Morer, and Spanish Moro, Italian Moro.
Hey, SantiEl, we have a comment. We have a comment, and I want to comment on this comment.
Okay.
Yakub, you commented. There's no such thing as black and white. There's no such thing as black or white. Now we want to, and teaching unconscious Moors. This is for unconscious Moors. I mean, this is for conscious Moors. And teaching your loved ones, your co-workers, your neighbors, family members, you want to provide more clarity. You know, if you just say that there's no such thing as black or white, it will be no different than you're saying buta, buta, buta. No, to them, it won't be no different if you say buta, buta, buta. Because neither one, they won't understand buta, buta, buta. Nor would they understand there's no such thing as black or white. So we have to, you want to provide more clarity. Black, the words black and white are not identities. They do not identify. You want to say The words black and white do not identify. They describe inanimate objects. Just provide more clarity. Use frameworks. Just use frameworks. I got y'all. Just use frameworks. So you're going to use the grammatical framework. All right. That black and white in English grammar are adjectives. They describe that inanimate objects, and then you give examples. You want to, because you saying there's no such thing as black or white, that's not going to resonate with them. All right, so we're being used to just follow what we're demonstrating. We're demonstrating for you how to do it. This is why we're taking our time and, prepare this presentation so you can just model us. Just model us. Just model what we're doing as far as the framework. And you have to be this detailed. If you're talking about waking up unconscious Moors, you have to be this detailed. We have to be as detailed, rather. You have to be as detailed as we are, using the comparative, the adverbial clause of comparative.
Social engineering applied fiction. Jurisprudence is positive law. Negro, white, color are fictions, and fictions can't shape jurisprudence. And we must address the identity of the fiction. Legal fictions, when it goes through legislation, it doesn't amount up to jurisprudence, because jurisprudence is positive law. On job applications, the census, passport application, any kind of application where you have a criteria that place you as black, white, color, they placing you in a legal fiction. So the third point of Dr. King's speech, it says, not judged by the color of their skin. So we're going to deal with race as a legal proxy. Skin color historically functioned as evidence of status, not biology. The court substituted race for nationality where nationality was denied. This converted a political question into a racial one. The color of their skin. The fiction, that's the cover-up. This is the real issue. It's a concealment to hide the people from their true status. It is the social engineering that keeps people away from the remedy. And the remedy is the reality that we are not crayons. Color dehumanizes us so that we don't know the remedy. Again, concealing the knowledge so that we don't seek to find the remedy. According to law, color is an appearance, a semblance, simulacrum, as distinguished from that which is real, the color of law. And what are the symptoms from this color of law, this color of authority? As a people being placed with the brand of color, we face lynching, police brutality, redlining, unfair housing, homelessness, wealth gap, economic inequalities, employment issues, ignorance in education, which is $1 trillion business, to keep us concealed, to keep us away from the truth, away from the remedy, away from knowledge. Systemic discrimination, wrongful conviction, the Jim Crow, healthcare, psychological stress, dealing with anger, anxiety, depression, physical health issues, unfair treatment by police and institutions, profiling, and cultural identity theft. Cultural identity theft. These pictures are worth 1,000 words. Abdullah, you want to explain these pictures?
Yes. So as you see, this is pictures from Civil War military art, print 146, New York infantry, the Zouaves. And I came across for the first time about over 20 years ago. I bought a book on the Civil War, and the book cover was in the book cover they had the Europeans wearing the Moorish garb and fighting in a war scene. And then also inside the book there were a couple of pages of actual photos of the uniform. And this is where I first came across that over 25 years ago. And I put that in Moors and Macy part 1 and 2, but yeah. So this is as you see, this is Moorish garb. And this is part of the stripping us of our cultural identity, culture hijacking. All right, go to the next one. So we say is the pictures are worth 1,000 words. So we're just gonna have you look at the pictures here. Mauritio, Civil War military art, print 140th New York Zouaves signed. So we have another one by the same artist, the 146 New York Zouave drum major. Look at the Moorish garb. Let's take beautiful. If this ain't culture hijacking, I don't know what is. Let's take a good look at the culture hijacking. To disassociate us from our culture. All right, we go to the next one. Beautiful Moorish garb. This is First Louisiana, Bethune Coppin Zouave. So these are actual artwork. And we also have some with the photos, because they actually have the uniforms in museums. Right? I can't see that to read, but that's fine. This infantry. Can you see that, Israel, to read it?
Yeah. Zouaves, Antietam, National Battlefield, National Park Service, U.S. Department of the Interior. Some of the most famous Civil War units, and those probably with the most distinctive uniforms, were the Zouaves, pronounced Zouave. Many wore red baggy pants, white leggings, a jacket trimmed in red, and a tasseled red fez or turban. Their uniforms made them stand out on the battlefield, but many of these units also stood out because of their reputations as hard and steady fighters. Origins. The Zouave uniform of the American Civil War actually had its origins in North Africa in the 1830s. Men from the Zouawa tribe of Algeria were organized into the French army in 1831. France had colonized parts of North Africa. They wore this distinctive uniform, and as their fame as fighters grew, more and more French soldiers joined their ranks. By the time of the Crimean War in 1854, the Zouave units were composed entirely of Europeans. Their exploits in that war added to their reputation gained in North Africa. When newspapers from around the world, including the American Harper's Weekly, ran stories and illustrations, their fame spread. In the mid-19th century, it was France that set the tone for military fashion and tactics. The United States. In the pre-Civil War United States, men raised militia and drilling or marching companies. Some of these adopted the uniform and name of the famous French fighters. One of the first were the Zouave cadets, raised in 1859 by Elmer E. Ellsworth of Chicago, a personal friend of Abraham Lincoln. He took the unit on a tour of eastern U.S. cities, putting on displays of military exercises and drill. Their intricate and complex marching, flashy uniforms, and the publicity they received generated even more interest in the Zouaves. The Civil War. With the outbreak of the Civil War, many Zouave units were raised on both sides. For example, Ellsworth raised the 11th New York Infantry, or Ellsworth's Fire Zouaves, from the New York City Fire Department. Louisiana, with its French culture and traditions, raised the majority of Zouave units for the Confederacy. Their uniforms and experiences in the war varied greatly, but many served with great distinction and upheld the tradition established by the Algerians and the French. After the first year of the war, most Confederate Zouave units shed their flashy garb. However, many in the Union Army kept their Zouave uniforms for the entire conflict.
So we set the tone. They said that the French how to say the hijacking.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. The French set the tone for fashion.
Yep. It says the origins are in North Africa. That's the origins.
Well, they said that the French set the tone for fashion.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know.
So they got from the Moors.
Yeah, absolutely. Hijackers, culture bandits.
And also the name of these pants are called Sarous, Sarouel. That's the origin of the
All right.
style pants. So that's the Moorish name. The Moorish name for these pants is called Sarou.
Sarou.
Yeah. And then when the Spanish adopted the style, they called them Spanish breeches.
All right.
Ches. And Germany, when Germany adopted them, they called them Greguskos.
You see how they adopted it. So you see our influence, even in fashion.
Yep.
That we're not getting credit for.
Right.
Like, there's nothing new. We're not doing anything new. We're restoring. What new do we need to do? It wouldn't be new. Right? What is that we need to, it's the sovereignty's there. The sovereignty's been established. It's dormant. We have to renew our, restore Moorish national consciousness through education and networking. I ain't gonna leave it at education. Y'all thought I was going to put a period there. No. I ain't gonna put no period. No. Education, outreach,
Yeah.
networking, strategic planning, organizing the people in study groups and political structure. I ain't gonna ever just say education. And we gotta organize, gotta network, get outreach. I can continue. Go ahead, SantiEl.
The vintage Mechanical Shriners Parade. The parade was later remodeled and put into a new case and converted with a plexiglass dome to protect the aging display. The Taj Mahal was also removed and replaced with a more traditional viewing stand. In 2012, the parade was disassembled and moved from Alexandria, Virginia to Tampa, Florida, where it was refurbished with a new case, shortened in length. Some of the original pieces had to be removed because of the decay and also to ensure that it fit in its new location. Some of the extra pieces was saved, refreshed, and put into a collectible shadow boxes. The parade, as it looked today, was installed in the lobby of the Shriners International Headquarters in April 2013. So that is a display showing their parade where they're mimicking and copying our culture through the parades. And you can see the Moorish architecture in the background with the dome and the Moorish art.
Yeah. Look like a pyramid right there. Yeah.
Pyramid. What else?
Sphinx.
You see the Sphinx.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go to the next slide. Incoming potentate watches its subject strout stuff. Again, what year is that? I think that's President. That's Truman right there? I think that's Truman. Right there in the top right corner.
Top right. I think so. Yeah, because he was a Shriner. Yeah, to go back to the top bottom, I think that there's that Thomas. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I think that was. Looks like Truman.
Right here, Thomas C. Law, incoming potentate of Shriner Heads Chemical Company.
All right.
On the left, it says Thomas C. Law.
Incoming potentate.
Would that be maybe him right here?
Yes.
Right there.
That might be him. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you see the Moorish garb. The ancient Arabic order of the nobles of the mystic shrine established in 1872. There's over 206 shrine temples. Now they're now known as Shriners International. 206 shrine temples. And that's the Europeans. The brothers are known as the ancient Egyptian Arabic order of the nobles of Mr. Shrine, Prince Hall Shriners. Those are the brothers. And that was established in the 1890s. In fact, the Europeans, the local chapter of Houston, Texas, of the European Shriners filed an injunction against our brothers to forbid our brothers from wearing their own Moorish fez, own Moorish regalia, use the Moorish names, but of course, our people, they don't know who they are, and then being placed under the legal fiction Negro. So you have these Europeans claiming our Moorish names, Moorish fez, Moorish turban, Moorish regalia, as if it's their own, and then filing an injunction against the one to whom it belongs by birthright and inheritance. I'm just look at this. I mean, it's a paradox, man. It's wow. And this is a result of the culture stripping of our nationality and cultural identity, which leads to the burial of our collective Moorish history. And you see, for the past 100 and how many years? 1870, 30, 50 over the past 150 years, you know, they've had these shrine parades. We can go to the next one. That's Truman right there. U.S. President Truman Sr. was a member of the ancient Arabic order of the nobles of the Mr. Shrine, or a Shriner. The Shriners Parade returns to New Bern. And look at the Moorish garb, Moorish regalia. The Shriners dressed up in a variety of costumes. See, referring to as costumes. This is our everyday dress. Our everyday dress is called costumes. Moorish regalia. Moorish regalia is reduced to being called costume. What does costume? What does that connote? What does that connote? The costume. What does that convey in your mind? Connote costume. Something that's only worn, you know, as in the ceremoniously, as in this parade. Something, you know, that you put, you know, in the closet, and when it's time for the parade, they wear it. It's like a Halloween costume, as opposed to everyday cultural wear. See, even how they're referring to as costume. All right, go to the next one. Say again, brother.
Yisrael, you was mute. You were saying something?
Yeah, I said they're pretending. Costume, denoting that they're pretending to be someone or something that they're not.
All right. Go to the next one.
But it's actually related to customs as well. So
yes, you see custom. Yes, absolutely. Costume.
That would be our custom. Would be
customs. Yes. But right, it has taken on a connotative. Absolutely, and thank you for that. And so this costume has taken on a different connotation. It carries a different meaning other than its original.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So thank you, Israel, and checking to the origin. So costume.
Mm-hmm.
But the connotation that it carries is that which is not worn every day or part of
right
the everyday garb or clothing of a people. Yeah. And most people won't see the word custom in costume. They don't spell when they made to make that connection. So thank you for that.
Indeed.
And growing up in Winnipeg, 60s, 70s, and 80s, history and culture. Shriners Parade on Main Street, late 1960s. And look at this full Moorish garb. And all four photos. See full Moorish regalia. The Shriners marching at East-West Game Festival in Kaiser Stadium circa 1955. You have Shriners leads parade, Shriner leads parade with scimitar, Quincy. So full Moorish regalia. Culture bandits, culture stripping.
It's like a child behind them. The Fez, the Moorish Fez.
Oh, yep, it sure is. And full, got Moorish regard, yep, Moorish garb.
Yeah.
Probably his son.
Yeah.
You see the ones with the red pantaloons.
Sudan. Yeah, they have Sudan on there.
Sudan. So that's the Sudan temple, shrine temple. Look at the names. Yeah. All right, we can continue. Look at these. Archaeology, Lulu Shriners. Archaeology of Dark Company, Ohio. A great old photo of some Lulu Shriners. Then on the right, they're wearing turbans. They're wearing a Moorish turban. They have, wow, look at this. This is full. They have the, what is that? The full robe. Yeah, they have the robe and wearing turbans. Trading places with us. Right in our face. And keep them, and also our brothers, our brothers do not, the brothers who are Shriners, Moors classified Negro, color, black in the fiction, they don't identify with this as their own. The your Shriners, they don't identify with the Fez and the names from a cultural perspective as we do. They don't have that mindset as we do. They only wear the Moorish Fez as part of the shrine, as a membership. So their mindset is membership, not culture. They don't see this as their culture. They don't identify with the names. They don't culturally identify with the names of their own shrine temple. They identify with the English family names, French family names like Williams and Johnson, and they don't identify. There's no cultural connection that we have. We have a cultural connection as far as our mind. We know that this is our Moorish Fez by culture, by inheritance, by birthright. But they only view it as, membership of the shrine. Just a member. See the disconnect? We're talking about Shriners now. We're talking about Shriners that look like me. Prince Hall Shriners that look like me. That wear the Moorish Fez. The Prince Hall Shriners that wear the Moorish Fez with the don't have the Egyptian name or Moorish name. Right. There's a disconnect. They're wearing it on their head. It's still a disconnect. It's a mental disconnect. They got the names on the name on the fez. The mental disconnect. I just look at the culture stripping, the mental stripping, the raping, mental raping. This runs deep. They've done another number on us. We can continue. You want to read that?
New Britain Museum of America, Elizabeth Norris, Moorish prints, 1897, all on canvas, 32 by 23, 3/4 inch, oil painting by Harriet Russell Stanley Fund, and throughout the exchange of 1981. The Moorish prints, also titled Head of an Algerian, is the strongest and most dramatic of North African subjects. The painting depicts a traditional costume and confidently posed young African who rests one hand firmly on his hip and holds a cigarette in the other. He wears a white turban around his head and several layers of clothing wrapped loosely around his body. Blue, green, yellow fabrics add colors accent to his essentially monochromatic robe, and a vivid red waistband contributes with an especially bright note, showing you the Moorish drip. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Go to the next one. Moorsandmasonry.org. King Philip II of Spain, 1857, Pragmatica, edit, an international law act subjugation of the cultural erasure, forbidding the Moors from wearing their Moorish fez, Moorish turbans, Moorish regalia, use Moorish name, speak Moorish Arabic, practice Moorish customs, dances, tradition, festivals, holidays. That's the stripping us of our culture, the Pragmatica. And we're still dealing with those same issues today, the stripping. I can't see that. It's too, there you go. Yes, King Philip II outlawed Moorish cultural practice, including specific clothing like the fez and the turban. Throughout 1567, the edict aimed at eliminating what he saw as Islamic customs among the Moriscos Muslim who had converted to Catholicism. This edict, which was banned their language, dances, and other traditions, was part of a broader effort to force full assimilation and was a key factor in leading to the Granada Rebellion. Key word, force. We were forced out of our culture. The cultural suppression, the 1567 edict, was decisive step. It was very decisive by King Philip. Its policies of suppression the Moriscos' culture to enforce religion conformity, clothing ban, prohibition specifically targeted traditional Moorish dress, including the fez and the turban, as part of a larger effort to erase their cultural identity. I think we saw earlier in the comments somebody asked why is it hard for us to get it? Because it was forced out of our psyche. It was forced away from us. It was stripped from our ancestors. So if something was taken away, how do you know that that once was yours if it was taken away? So we have to restore that. We have to restore that mindset in knowing that it was ours. We can't look at it as if it's theirs when it's been our culture the whole time. That forced assimilation, the ban was intended to force the Moriscos to abandon their distinct custom. They forced us to abandon. Why? So that they can claim it as their own. So they forced us to integrate completely into Spanish Catholic society. The catalyst for rebellion, the edict, along with other restrictions, was a major cause of the Moriscos' rebellion in Granada in 1568. Oh, we didn't go down without a fight.
Excellent.
Next slide.
Yeah, this is from J. Rogers' book, Nature Knows on Color Line, Chapter 6, The Negro as Moor and European Aristocratic Families. You see you see us you see Moors in the coat of arms. And he has about there's a whole chapter on this, but there's about 1,000 of these. Not in his collection, but you can go online and you can find hundreds of these online in color. But this is from J. Rogers' book. And he has a coat of arms. He has shields, quite a few of them in his book, in that chapter. All right, I just wanted to bring, wanted to add that to. All right, we go to the. All right, there we go. All right, look at this color. Woo, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this. I mean, this is regal, y'all. And we show pictures of Europeans, hijacking it. In fact, if you go online for a company that sells the Moorish fez, they have it classified as they advertise it as Shriners Fez. See the culture stripping, the renaming, the Moorish Fez to the Shriners Fez. Look, mommy. 2000, I think it was 2013. I was in Indianapolis, a group of brothers to take pictures for Moors and Masonry Part 1, Shriners Parade, and I was Ustreaming. Remember Ustream? I was Ustreaming it live. And I was standing next to a girl, 5-year-old girl and her mother, and she saw all people that look like these Donald Trump. Hundreds of males that look like Donald Trump. Hundreds. Wearing our Moorish fez from all over. Hundreds. Look, mommy, they're wearing the Shriner's hat. See, the culture stripping. The social engineer. This house. SantiEl read the Pragmatica, 1567. It's alive and well today. That's the result is our massive ignorance. The result of our not knowing. The result is our condition over the past 200 years. There's our subjugation. Let me use subjugation because that invokes international law. All right. Understand that I use certain words to invoke international law. To take it out of the United States jurisdiction. Take it out of the United States jurisdiction. It's not a constitutional violation. As long as you say constitutional violation, It stays within the United States jurisdiction. When you use subjugation, crime against humanity, cultural genocide, human rights violation, it takes it out of the United States jurisdiction. When you use subjugation, it indicates that we are a people of a foreign state and being subjugated by a foreign state, i.e. United States. When you say constitutional violation, you don't indicate that you are a people of a foreign state. I'm explaining why. I will not just say this. That means nothing. Why? Understand the elements of subjugation. It's a state subjugating another state. A state subjugating another state. So we've been reduced from its nation and a people to a fictional, dehumanizing racial category. And we'll get into you'll get into that when we get into Justice Daniel's statement. Continue.
The legal reality being addressed. Historic doctrine asserts that the African Negro race were not members of the family of nations. This position denied recognized nationality, polity, and sovereign character. Negro not having character of nationality is based in the law of nation. Justin Daniel's statement, the African Negro race has never acknowledged as belonging to the family of nations. Public figures such as celebrities are not remedies. Jasmine Crockett, attorney and politician, and the list goes on.
Now, Jasmine Crockett is a member of the United States House of Representatives, and you hear her a lot, using the term white supremacist, these white men and white privilege. Now, Jasmine Crockett, in private, only in private, she would agree with us as she looked at this presentation. She would clearly agree that Negro and Black are in adjectives. Just using pure grammar and the grammatical framework, that Negro, Black, and white are adjectives and not identities. She would agree with us in private. But because she is tied to the fictional world, appearing to be real, her whole career, her whole constituency, she has to play that role. But that doesn't lead us to remedy. She would even refer to Justice Daniels as a racist white man. The African Negro race. Negro is not a people. Negro is an adjective described in Spanish grammar. Once again, in Spanish grammar, Negro, the word Negro is an adjective that describes inanimate objects. When that is what? Used, is a force applied to people and placed in a state, i.e. United States, puts that in legislation and policy through legislation in the census, it becomes a legal fiction and a human rights violation. It's subjugation. It's an act of international law. Subjugation. It's not a constitutional violation. Why it's not a constitutional violation, Abdullah? Because we are people of a foreign state being stripped by a state, i.e. United States, of our nationality and cultural identity. That is subjugation, culture genocide, dehumanization, crime against humanity. I don't want to say constitutional violation. I want to put us in our original status and condition as a people belonging to a foreign state. Morocco, belonging to a pre-existing sovereignty. A people that's been acknowledged and recognized as belonging to the family of nations. A people who've been acknowledged and been recognized by the inhabitants of countries, are partaking of the character of nationality and civil and political polity, which we'll define later. We'll define civil and political polity later. All right? You gotta understand. So I don't play no word games. I ain't just throwing words around. That's ignorance. It's like you gotta understand the words you're using. Now we can continue.
Content of character. Capacity versus status. Character refers to conduct capacity and moral agency. Law judges character only after status is established. Without recognized status, character cannot be legally deposited. Negro, color, black has never been known or recognized by the inhabitants of other countries, anything partaking of the character of nationality or civil or political polity. The U.S. used that fictional world in legislation. It appears to be real, but the time period does not change the fact. You cannot make fiction real. Fiction can never be a part of jurisprudence, which is positive law.
So as SantiEl read that Negro, colored, black, people of color, African American, those words, those legal fictions do not have character. Content of character. I mean, we are like Dr. King's children, and I think one of them transition, two of them transition. The daughter, one of the daughter and the son, since transition. They're, flesh and bones. So, but we've been placed into a legal fictional category. I mean, we are biologically, we're real. Yes, we're real biologically. No, I mean, don't force. But so we're talking what legally and political. We're talking legal and political status.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we're real biologically, but we're not talking biologically being real. Negro is not real. It's a legal fiction. Colored, it's a legal fiction. Colored people of color, African American, legal fictions having no character of nationality or civil political polity. But we, as a people, yes, but Negroes not a people. Negro don't identify a people. Colored, African American, people of color, colored people do not identify a people. Having never have been known or acknowledged or recognized as belonging to the family nations, have never been known or acknowledged or be recognized by the inhabitants of countries of anything partaking of the character of nationality or civil political polity. I mean, we got to make it as plain as we can. So we have people of color. All right, one of these things, are we going to do Sesame Street or Electric Company? One of these terms don't belong. People of France, people of Germany, people of Mexico, people of color, Mexican people, Russian people, German people, Japanese people, colored people. You see? So we're doing this, my brothers and sisters, so that y'all can model us. You got to make it plain like this to your loved ones, to your co-workers, your family. You got to make it plain. This, I'm not a crayon. That's not good enough. That's not going to get it, because you have to break stuff down. You got to use frameworks. You have to break it down in frameworks, grammatical framework, nationality framework, ancestry framework, and genealogical framework. And we have those there. So we'll show you those. All right, you can continue.
The issue of character does not remove the subjugation. Praying for good character alone is not the remedy. We have the preacher, the prophet, says, "My people who are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children." That's Hosea 4:6. And the jurists, such as Justice Daniels, remedy, which relies on principles of law, not emotion, not feelings. Principles relies on knowledge. We perish because of lack of knowledge. And that knowledge that we are currently talking about are principles of law. The content of their character continues. Principles that leads to remedy: nationality, pedigree, constitution, national sovereignty, empires, emirates, clans, caliphates, consanguinity, heritage, international trade and commerce, and covenants. The remedy, restoration, the jurisdictional order, reasserts nationality and political identity as primary legal determinants. Replace racial classification with lawful status and recognition. Align domestic law with the true principles of the law of nations, using international law principles for remedy.
I said the remedy's there already. There's nothing that needs to be drafted up. It's there already. It's always been there. They they stripped us of it, took us out of it, took us out of the real world and placed us into a fictional world.
And they used that case with Dred Scott is a perfect example to correlate with William Dungy and Joseph Spencer, which happened a few years before Dred Scott. But in this case, you will see remedy. Abraham Lincoln in 1855 defended the Moor, William Dungy. Spencer, who was a European, claimed throughout the community that his brother-in-law, who they called Black Bill, was a Negro. Since 1819, Illinois state laws permitted quasi-slavery and restricted the immigration of free blacks into the state, as other northern states passed personal liberty laws granting additional rights for free blacks. Illinois state toughened its stance against them. In 1848, Illinois state constitution required that the General Assembly to pass such laws at will effectively prohibited free persons of color from immigrating to the settling in this state. Those prohibitions against human rights were passed as black laws and went into force on February the 12th, 1853, the same date the future emancipator Lincoln's 44th birthday. Go to the next slide. Abraham Lincoln filed his declaration charging Joseph Spencer with slander on April the 17th, 1855, and sought $1,000 in damages. A game of legal chess occurred during the first hearing in May. Joseph Spencer's attorney, Clifford H. Moore, Moore, and Lawrence Weldon, also European, filed a demur to Abraham Lincoln's declaration, asserting that his charges were insufficient in law. Judge David Davis agreed that 2 of Abraham's 3 charges were faulty. The case continued, and Abraham Lincoln was allowed to amend the declaration. At the next term of court, August 1855, the Dungy case was argued before a jury. Next slide. Abraham Lincoln said, I quote, "My client is not a Negro. Though it is a crime to be a Negro, no crime to be born with a black skin. But my client is not a Negro. His skin may not be as white as ours, but I say he is not a Negro, though he may be a Moor." Mr. Lincoln, interrupted Judge Davis, scarcely able to restrain a smile. "You mean a M-O-O-R, Moore, not M-O-O-R-E, Moore?" "Well, Your Honor, a M-O-O-R, not Clifton H. Moore, M-O-O-R-E, he replied. Mr. Lincoln, with a sweep of his long arm toward the table where Moore and I sat, "I say my client may be a Moor, M-O-O-R, but he is not a Negro." Abraham Lincoln won that case. The remedy in proper legal and lawful status is what this case is showing. Status is the standing, the state, or the condition of a person. It relates to the legal relation of the individual to the rest of the community. Status relates to the right, the duties, the capacities, to the incapacities which determine a person to give to a given class. It is a legal personal relationship, not temporary in its nature, nor temperamental at the mere will of the parties, with which third parties and the state are concerned. And while the term status implies relation, It is not mere relation. Status also means estate, because status signifies condition on the circumstance in which one stands in regards to his property. Next slide. Estate is the interest which anyone has in land or any other subject or property. An estate in land, tenant, hereditaments signifies such interest as tenant as therein. In the same sense, estate is constantly used in conveyances in connection with the word rights, titles, and in interest. It is a great degree synonymous with all of them. Hereditaments are things capable of being inherited, be it corporeal or incorporeal. It includes all things real, personal, or mixed. It including not only land and everything therein, but also heirlooms and certain furniture which by custom may descend to the heir, together with the land. At common law, corporal hereditaments were and are physical objects comprehended under the term land, and were said to lie in livery, while incorporeal hereditament exists only in contemplation of law, were said to lie in grant, were affiliated with chattel interests. Hereditaments also include few rights unconnected with land, but generally used as the widest expression for real property of all kinds. It is therefore employed in conveyance after the word lands and tenements to include everything in nature of realty, which they do not cover. Next slide. Dissent, dissentability. In matters of operation of law of right, dissent is the broadest, in the broadest sense, signifies an inheritance cast upon anyone who deems capable of receiving it, whether heir at common law or not. Thus, descent may occur by hereditary succession or by succession to the ownership of an estate, by inheritance or by an act of law. Descent is distinguished from purchase. Title by descendability relates to the operation of descent in matters of estate or inheritance being capable or being passed, inherited, or transmitted by device. Spoken of estate, titles, offices, and other properties. A natural person, heir, deemed not in propria persona, nor heir as competent by operation of law, may be considered non-heritable and incapable of descendability. In controversial disputes, contested issues of descendability in the birthright, still in practice of branding and removing of consanguine attributes, name, titles by operation of law or by fraud, can create descendability obstruction for anyone otherwise deemed as heir, and or as one capable of descendability, nom de guerre, war names, or common brand applied to or imposed upon defeated or enslaved Moors by European colonists of North America, were commonly used strategies for stealing and confiscating estates and inheritances. Moor remedy. The Moor William Dungy slander case of 1855, as an example, was a prime incident of an attempt of such communist cheap practice invoked by European and barristers of North America and used against the natural people of the land. Escheat. In feudal law, escheat is an obstruction of the natural course of descent and the consequent determination of the tenure by some unforeseen contingency, in which case of the land naturally revert back by some kind of reversion to the original grantor or lord of the fee. Escheat is the casual descent in the nature of forfeiture of land and tenements within the manor to a lord, either on failure of issue or the tenant dying, siege, or on account of the felony of such tenant. In American law, escheat signifies a reversion of property to the state in consequence or want any individual competent to inherit. The state is deemed to occupy the place, hold the right of the feudal lord. The word escheat under the jurisdiction of the United States, exercising civil plenary powers on the land at North America, merely indicates the preferable rights of the state to an estate left vacant and without being anyone in existence able to claim thereto. The reversion of our estate is the remedy for our people. Moors have been acknowledged and recognized as belonging to the family of nations, and amongst them, they have been acknowledged and recognized by the inhabitants of countries of partaking in the character of nationality, civil, and political polity. The 14th Amendment does not give us remedy because it does not restore us to our original status and condition of pre-existing Moorish sovereignty and our old and original Moorish state. Justice Daniel, quoting the lengthy passages from Vattel's Law of Nature, point to the principles of our original status and condition. Subjugation, the stripping of the Moors of their nationality and cultural identity, removing from their original status and condition as nation people to a dehumanizing inferior racial category and classification of black, Negro, colored people, colored people, color, and African American.
Give a shout out to Brother Altuza. Peace, Brother Altuza.
Justice Daniel analysis in the Dred Scott case quoted a lengthy passage, and it says, we just read that, didn't we? Okay. The Moors has always been acknowledged as belonging to the family of nation, and among them, there always have been known and recognized by the inhabitants of the countries anything partaking of character of nationality or civil or political polity that Moors have been by all nations of Europe regarded as sovereign and people to whom they have signed treaties during the 15th, 16th, and 17th century. All the nations of the earth know that the Moorish Empire ruled and controlled Europe from 1711 to 1492. History and law via constitution, treaties, captivity records, war records, letters from consuls, battle records, letters from kings and queens, newspapers support this fact. Using principles of evidentiary standards and finding a fact would prove this. For example, the 1952 case France versus Morocco, you will see extraterritorial jurisdiction, Moorish bilateral treaties, 1631 and 1892. In this case alone is a stare decisis for the reversion of our sovereignty.
Excellent. Let me see. I'm looking for you. You see any questions? Any type your questions in. Government's trying to become very rare. Any type your questions in. You have any questions? How the land is claimed today by the international, right? Always be in government under today's system and claim only. Yeah, Altuza, that would be reversion to our to sovereignty. Altuza has how land is claimed today. Modern international law. Step one: you must already be a government under today's system. Land claims only work if you are a recognized country. So let's address that. All right, what we're showing here, when we showed the pictures of the European Shriners wearing our Moorish regalia, using our Moorish, wearing our Moorish fez and turban, and using our Moorish names, and also we read the Pragmatica 1567, and what SantiEl just read of Moors negotiating treaties, signing treaties with 10 European powers between 1631 1892. It shows that we are a pre-existing old and original state, that we have a pre-existing sovereignty, that we have been known, acknowledged, and been recognized as belonging to the family nations, that we've been acknowledged and been recognized by the inhabitants of countries of partaking of the character of nationality in civil and political polity. That's very important that we set that on the table. We're not nation building. We're not building. We're restoring, recovering our lost more sovereignty, reversion to sovereignty. We got to we reestablishing, not establishing anything. We're not establishing anything. We're not building anything. Rebuilding, restoring, recovery. It's important that we use the prefix re to set that pre-existing. We've already been known and acknowledged as belonging to the family nations. Acknowledged and recognized by the inhabitants of countries of partaking of the character of nationality, civil and political polity. Do we have coming up next soon SantiEl, civil polity and political polity? Oh, there we go.
What is polity? Polity is the study of government and its institution, holds a crucial position in the lives of citizens. It unveils the intricate working of our governance, providing insight into the mechanism that shape our society's laws, rights, and political landscape. By delving into the realm of polity, we embark on a journey of understanding the very essence of democracy, its principles, and the delicate balance between the governed, and those who are governed. Why polity? Understanding polity empowers us to become active participants in the shaping of our collective destiny. Keyword, collective. Collective. It can't be done individually. It equips us with the tools to evaluate political discourse, discern facts from fiction, and engage in a meaningful civil engagement. Awareness of polity cultivates a sense of responsibility. As informed citizens, we bear the duty to scrutinize the actions of our government, to hold it accountable for its decision, to advocate for positive change. Polity is distinct from politics and policy. Civil polity refers to the structured system of civil government and law within a society, encompassing its constitution, administration, and the collective body of citizens. The civil body politic, united under it. Another key word, united, unity, emphasizing organized governance. Another key word, organized, civic duty, and the protection of rights, often contrast with religious or ecclesiastical governance. It is about how a state is organized, how its power is distributed, and how citizens interact within that framework, aiming for public order and the common good. Key aspect of civil polity: government structure, the fundamental principles and framework of a state's government, including its branches, legislative, executive, judicial, and their defined power. Republican form of government. The civil body politic, the organized community of citizens seen as a unified entity with shared interests, rights, and responsibilities, functioning under the law. Law and order, the system of laws, administration, and public policy that governs societal interaction and maintains stability. Civic engagement, the participation of individuals within the political system, including exercising rights and fulfilling duties. Historical and philosophical context, the concept has been rooted in political philosophy, with historical texts exploring its nature and variation, often contrast with religious authority. Civil polity and practice. Constitutional safeguard in modern democracies, civil polity is upheld by constitutional elements like checks and balances, federalism, and the Bill of Rights, protecting individuals' civil liberties, speech, and due process. Beyond government, it describes the whole organized society, not as just the elected official, highlighting the relationship between the state and its people. In essence, civil polity is the blueprint for a functioning, self-governing society where citizens and institutions operate within established rules for collective well-being. Political polity. A political polity refers to a politically organized group or society encompassing its system of government, laws, and institutions, essentially the structured framework for making political decisions and governing people, like a nation state, empire, or even a smaller political community. It is the who and how of governance. The structure, like constitutions, laws, and state form, distinct from politics, the power struggles within, and policy, the specific action / goals. Key aspect of a polity. Definition: a political organized community or unit, a form of government, or the organizational structure itself. Scope can range from ancient city-states, Greek polis, to modern nation-state, empires, international organization, or even large corporation. Structure includes the Constitution, laws, administrative bodies like civil services, and the overall framework for power. Political polity. Examples: a constitutional republic like the U.S., a monarchy, a military junta, or even a nomadic tribe group with a defined hierarchy. Distinctives from politics and policy. Polity, the system structure, e.g. a democracy, and a democracy, a state. Politics, the processes and power struggles within the polity, election, debate. Policy, the specific goals and decisions made by the polity, economic policy, social policy. You want to say anything about polity, Abdullah?
No, that definition was very, right on, spot on.
The reversion of our estate is the remedy for our people. Our pre-existing sovereignty is the only proper remedy. We must be restored. We must wake up our mother. Morocco, Al-Morocco, Al-Maroc, Al-Americanos, the Al-Moroccan Empire, the Moorish Empire. That's our original status, our original condition, our old and original state. Moorish sovereignty is inherited in the Moors. It is not inherited in the United States. Collectively, our people must be strong in understanding principles expressed by Justice Daniel as he referenced Vattel's Law of Nations. We must apply those principles in our everyday lives. Yes, the Pragmatica and the Inquisition against the Moors did a number on us as a people, stripping us of our humanity, removing our sovereignty. But we must regain our humanity and our sovereignty by restoring our original state. That's our only remedy. We have no chance in a fictional world controlled by foreigners. They are bad actors. They are bad directors. They are bad authors. They are bad writers. They are bad costume designers. They are bad actors in this whole fictional world. But we can't be the characters. We got to return to our original state. Individual consciousness and individual characters. When you hear Chinese and you think about the character of that individual, you say a Chinese person. What are your thoughts? When you say a Japanese person, what are your thoughts? Burkinabe, Russian, German, Italian. What's a United Statesian or Blackadonian? You see, there's an individual consciousness that's attached to a nationality. Chinese, China. Japanese, Japan. Burkinabe, Burkina Faso. Russian, Russia. German, Germany. Italian, Italy. Where's Macedonia?
Yeah, national consciousness. You talk, national consciousness, national flag, national seal, national coat of arms, national holidays, national festivals, national language, customs and dress, Chinese food, Chinese clothing. See, it's not individual. It's national consciousness. Collective national identity. So,
next slide.
We'll go for about another 5 more minutes. This one,
National
Brother Mikael, Brother Abtuza, peace. Brother Kurt, Obadiah, Sister Nadine, Jeffrey Bay, Sandra Austin, Somo. How you pronounce that?
The Samoltan Trail.
Samoltan Trail. Thank you.
Trail.
Brother Yakub. I just want to acknowledge people. Officially.
There's a question.
Who has the question?
Samoltan Trail says, it seems like we talk a lot with no actions or results, and some Moors doing this and some doing that. How do we get on the same page, and how do we know which measure is right?
This is how we get on the same page. What we're doing. I mean, educate proper concepts. I don't know other way to get on the same page. I mean, You got education, proper concepts. That's how we're going to get. I don't know any other way to get on the same page.
Following
We're
proper
not on the same page because of the misconceptions. We're not grounded in the principles.
Yep.
We're not grounded in the principles of nationality. Yeah. So we know by addressing misconceptions will facilitate our being on the same page.
Yep. Yeah, that's what's dividing us is the misconceptions.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. So we gonna finish up here. We finish reading what we have there.
Okay, national consciousness and national character. For example, Ibrahim Traore, Burkinabe, the people of Burkina Faso. They nationalize its resources, their mines. For example, a modern tomato processing plant. They nationalized its cultural dress. He changed the dress of the jurists, the students in the education institution. They have a national dress attire. These are examples of a national consciousness, a collective consciousness of a people, a national character of a people. How do we do it? This is an example. We have our pre-existing dress. We have our pre-existing culture. We just got to return back to that mindset of our ancestors. It's already there. We showed you examples of those that hijacked our culture. We have to claim it. Next slide.
Reclaim, yeah.
We are a clean and pure nation. The culture characters of a nation must be tied to the principles of civil nationality. Again, Justice Daniel's statement. It's a real world statement. He's dealing with principles of law of nation, principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, principles of etymology, principles of law, principles of grammar, principles of jurisprudence, philosophy of law, positive law, principles of research, principles of etymology, principles of due process, principles of research and evidentiary standards, principles
epistemology, principles of epistemology.
Epistemology.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Etymology. After reservice, principles of you have it. All right.
Yeah.
What are the legal principles? Equity, rule of law, due process, source of law, application of law, operation of law, evidentiary standards, finding facts, conclusion of law. Those are principles we must know and study and apply. Again, truth about nationality, a national constitution, a national flag, a national seal, coats of arms, emblem, national anthem, national dish, national bird, national animal, national motto, national currency, national passport, national march, national flower, national tree, national colors, national gemstones or minerals, an official language for our nation, national dress, national dance, national monument, national epic or national literature, national poet, national founder, national days or holidays, national myth, an oath of allegiance, a national pledge. These are things that are tied to nationality in a nation. Nationality is related to the following principles. Again, self-determination, self-governance, national consciousness, national self-consciousness, national pride, national culture, national character, sovereign identity of a state, the state's identity, constitutional identity, constitutional name, national identity, constitutional self-government. All this is a national sovereignty. That's the Sankofa bird. Again, national pride, national culture, national coat of arms, national government. I know it sounds repetitive, but those are the things our people got to understand. Diplomatic protection, treaty protection, consular relations, self-determination, national name, national identity. All these are following principles of nationality. Moors, come, learn the truth about your nationality. Peace and respect and much gratitude to Noble Drew Ali. From 1913 to 1929, Noble Drew Ali, born Timothy Drew, began the protest and the restoration of our lost Moorish sovereignty. No less than a year after the final and official collapse of our Moroccan Empire in 1912 to a French protectorate by the restoration of consanguinity and socio-cultural aspect of our nationality, as seen in the first two columns of the elements of nationality chart below, we have not, as of this day, January 19, 2006, restored the political and legal framework aspect of our nationality, as seen in the last two columns in the elements of nationality chart below. However, many of us conscious Moors have been active in the work of continuing to protest by teaching our people who have been stripped of their national identity by Spain, France, Portugal, Dutch, Netherlands, Sweden, England, Great Britain, and who later transferred to the hands of the United States via land boundaries, cession treaties, for the purpose of continuing, maintaining, and managing the colonization of our Moorish land and the subjugation of our Moorish people by labeling them as negro in the Spanish language, colored in French language, black in Germanic and English language in the United States Census Bureau. And the following chart will break that down. Elements of nationality. Consanguineous aspect of nationality. Consanguinity, ancestry, parentage, descent, genealogy, pedigree, lineage. The socio-cultural aspects of nationality. Language, dress, headdress, ceremonies, holidays, rituals, festivals, dance. The political framework of nationality involves defining the national identity of the people. Constitution, the political term, the people of Burkina Faso, the people of France, the people of China. You see, the people of, that identify the people of the nation. The legal framework of nationality. It involves the legislation and the executive of national law, nationality law, jus sanguinis, jus soli, naturalization. You can see the elements in this chart. The elements of a nation state. Permanent population, defined territory, effective government, sovereign capacity to interrelation. Those are the elements of a nation state. The elements of a stateless person. No legal bond. No obligation to any state. No protection from any state. Those are the elements of a stateless person: Negro, Black, Colored, African American. The legal framework of nationality: jus sanguinis, the right of blood, descent, ancestry. Acquiring citizenship through inheritance from a parent, legal tie of parentage. Examples: someone born to German citizen parents on U.S. soil acquire dual citizenship both the U.S. and Germany. Someone born to Mexican citizen parents on U.S. soil acquires dual citizenship of both Mexico and the United States. Someone born Nigerian citizen parents to Russian soil acquires citizenship of Nigeria. Just sole, right of soil, acquiring citizenship by being born within the jurisdiction of the state. Birthright citizenship. For example, someone born on U.S. soil to France, citizen parents, acquire dual citizenship from both France and the United States. Someone born on Canadian soil to Spanish citizen parents acquire the citizenship of Canada. Someone born on Mexican soil to Spanish citizen parents acquires the citizenship of Mexico. Naturalization, voluntary consent, legal permanent residency, good moral character, language and civic knowledge, reunification of formal citizenship, oath of allegiance. These are the legal frameworks of nationality. Question: does Dr. King's dream fit legal reality? Morally, yes. It is aspirational and just. Legally, only if nationality precedes racial classification. The dream demands structural legal correction, not sentiment alone. How would life be different if we were judged by the content of our character instead of the color of our skin? What are the content of our character of the people branded as Negro, colored, Black in the United States Census Bureau as a whole? What is the United States law regarding judging people by their skin color? What would have changed? What would have to change for Martin Luther King's dream to come true in the United States? Those are the questions. What are the answers?
Well, it's 9:20, and is this the live slide?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Only because we had a late start getting it on. So we good here. I want to thank everyone for your attention, for your comments, your questions, your support. You can share this live. Recording. As soon as we get done, you'll be able to share the recording. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that like button. All right. Also, across the screen, my website, mooresandmasonry.org. Anyone interested in getting my books, go to mooresandmasonry.org. All right. Thank y'all. Y'all want to say some last closing remarks?
Just appreciate everybody's attention tonight. Thank you for your for your responses, your likes, shares, comments.
But SantiEl.
Yes, I would say for anybody that's watching, I come from a research background, studying, research, take notes, look for these details for yourself. Don't depend on somebody to just tell you the answers to these things. When you hear lectures or you hear somebody teaching things, take those notes. Go look up the book. Go look up the law cases. Read it, study it, examine it, ask questions. And then you have to use your common sense to tie it to the reality of what's going on. Not the fiction, not those things that they try to force you into. But we know we have to know and learn our history and then address those issues. But not knowing the history, not knowing what has happened to us won't do you any good. You have to learn those things. And reading law cases, studying law and history go hand in hand. And that's what a true history is. When you study these law cases, you can look at the context. You can connect the dots for yourself. Then when you see that, look in your own life, look in your own family, look in your own city, look in your own state, and you can find these stories. Your story might not be in a law case, but I promise you, the same things that happen in those law cases probably happen to somebody in your distant family. I yield the floor.
All right. Thank you, everyone. All right. Until next Monday. All right. Peace, everyone.
Peace.